Hey folks, rolling here. I'm just going to start off by saying I'm not going to say anything in this video that hasn't been said by 1,000 other people, millions other YouTubers, people just taking to social media because they need something to do, and all that stuff. I just need to just talk, man, you know? Just need to talk. So I pulled over. Fat guy at a McDonald's, I know. I'm a walking stereotype. Eating all the fries that fell out of my bag. But this is like this is the world we live in now, man. It's scary. You know, it's like I'm here in Massachusetts. I mean, we're a blue state, you know, whatever you want to, however politically only motivated this next line is going to sound. It really isn't. But, you know, we got a good scientific community here in Massachusetts. We got hospitals in the country. You know, we got a good head on things when it comes to, like, stuff that we have to be aware of and be wary of. And yet here we are, like every other damn state in the union, shut down, people panicking, people scared, people doing stupid shit. You know, just it's weird. Me and Danielle, we talk a lot, and one of the things we talk about is how it looks normal on the surface. Like our neighborhood where we live in, you can go outside, you can see people's houses. You can see cars in driveways, you can see people out walking, and it looks normal on the surface, and that's the scary part. Because then you go back in your house and you're back in your house. I'm breaking the law right now, technically, because I'm out for a non-essential trip. I don't know if you can see this. This is a rake handle, because I bought a because I need to clean up my backyard so that my son and myself and my wife, we have something that we can do, because choppers, because it's just, you know, we need it's my own fault for doing this outside with the windows down in a parking lot, so it's, I can't really blame anybody. We got dogs, so we got to clean up the dog poop, we got to set up the fence, we got to make some outdoor activities, you know, cornhole, that game, you know, probably gonna play some of that, you know, horseshoes, just doing stuff outside. I mean, luckily we have a backyard in our house that we rent, so we're not like rich or nothing like that, but a lot of people don't even have access to a backyard. Aspect, we're lucky, but you know, it's just, I don't know, I'm rambling here. It's just, it's one of those things, man. It's just, it looks normal. The world looks normal, and that's why it's scary. You know? I went out for a little bit of an extra drive to get my rake. Stopped off here at McDonald's, because that's all that's open nowadays, because, like, we have, like, pizza places around here, but, you know, delivery only. There's, they're gonna turn on the motorcycle again. We got, you know, other restaurants that are closed because, you know, obviously a few of them are still doing delivery and takeout, but all the Chinese food restaurants are all closed, every single one of them. I love Chinese food, man. That's one of my favorite foods. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, people are, surprise, surprise, people aren't getting Chinese food because they think it's going to get, you're going to get like your wonton soup or be just covered in Corona or whatever that shit. It's a really nice motorcycle. Again, people are stupid, you know. So I have to go to McDonald's to get like my lunch, because this is the shit that's open, man. This is what I got. This is my options. And like everybody else, I'm sitting on my ass all day. I ain't working. You know, I'm sitting on my ass. I'm eating too much. I'm getting fatter. You know, this thing is gonna, if this thing resolves, and I know that's kind of a weird way to put it, because a lot of people are saying when this is over, when this is over, when this is over. For reference, it is currently April 5th. Tomorrow is April 6th. April 6th is the start of what they're going to call peak virus time in America. Because the week of the April 6th, that's the week that they're estimating the spread and the contagion and the deaths in the U.S. to just skyrocket. You know, it's going to be a, you know, even Trump's up there saying it's a bad week. It's going to be a bad week. But it's like, you know, people are just, it's going to be a bad week, man. You know, we're staying home. And, like, people are saying, again, the point I was going to make was, people are saying, like, oh, when this is over, when this is over. I'm going to say if this is over. And I'm not trying to be apocalyptic or doom and gloom or anything like that, but this is a big deal. You know? With a possible contagion dormancy of 3 weeks. I just spit. Like, you can come into contact with someone or something, get the coronavirus, and stay asymptomatic for 3 weeks before you start showing anything. What the fuck do you do with that? Language. You know? And I work in the public sector. I don't even know if that's the right word for it. I work at a Costco. They give us options. You could take up to 4 weeks off unpaid. I'm not worried about losing your benefits or your job. So all the people over 60 did that. A lot of other guys did it. I did it. Again, I'm not trying to be lazy about it, but I got an 8-month-old daughter. You know? I got to be careful. You know? There are people in my store who have 5-month-old kids who are still working. You know? I'm not naming names or anything here, but that's some stupid shit, motherfucker. 2,000 people go through a Costco every day. Contagion rate right now at low estimate ball is 1.3%. Now that was 2 weeks ago. That number was established. You do the math on that. That's 26 people that come through my store every day. Touching things, coughing on things, just being a normal person around the world. Going shop. Buying up all the toilet paper and the paper towels and the pasta and the rice and the cleaning detergent and shit like that. And water bottles. You know? By the way, I'm using my second voice today. You probably already figured that out. But, yeah, and that shit spreads. We all work in close proximity to each other. We can't help it. You know, we have to touch things for a living. The cashiers, the stalkers, all this shit. It all just goes around, man. And you know, and looking back on it, yeah. I'm going without money. A lot of people going without money. The only saving grace in my particular case is we got our tax return back just in time so we could pay rent for the month. Next month, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, my wife, she's still working at home. She's drawing a paycheck, so we're not destitute. But it's rough, man. It's just rough. Bored in. My son, he loves it. He gets to play video games all day. We get out, we go for a walk on a nature walk like every other day. But now everybody's out there and they're saying avoid people. Now this nature trail we walk on, it's paved road. So every day we pass by like 40 or 50 people doing the exact same thing because everybody's got the same idea. We're out there for an hour, just walking, getting some fresh air and some exercise. And then you know, coming into contact with people. Now we can't even do that because now everybody's out there. And it's a congregated more than 10 people. It's just getting... We go for Poke drives too, because I started playing Pokemon Go again. My son plays it. My wife plays it. Which is great, because now we have this thing in common that we can chat about when we're sitting around the house doing absolutely nothing. It's, I don't know, man. I'm scared. I'm scared. I try to wrap my head around things like this from the problem-solving point of view, but ain't no way to. There's no problem-solving aspect to this. I mean, if you look at New York, yesterday was the first day that they had a dip in the number of deaths from the day before. All the days leading up to that, the number got higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Now, New York is starting to get a handle on their end of this deal. The problem is, New York is the test kitchen. New York's like the pilot for the country, you know? What happens there first hits the rest of the country 2 weeks later. I don't mean pilot as in like a plane. I mean like a pilot of a TV series. So, Boston, Chicago, Los Angeles, all these big cities, where they're telling everybody not to go outside, but, you know, they're telling the same thing to people in New York, and it's already spread. We're going to get hit next. And it's going to go to small communities, and then suburbs, and then smaller communities. You know? There's no stopping it. It's already here. It's already rampant. It's everywhere. COVID-19 is that little buzzword. I mean, I guess at this point, creature comforts. About all you can take solace in. But I don't know, man. I'm just scared. I'm just scared. But and on a brighter side, I figured out how to use Zoom. So I've been talking to my friends. That's nice. Getting to chit chat with my nerd friends. Started doing some tabletop gaming over Zoom. Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. Fun, man. It's nerdy fun. You know? You gotta find ways to entertain yourself. My wife, she's working from home. When she's not working from home, she's at home, trying not to lose her mind, because working at home with 2 kids, 2 young kids, that's tough. When she's working, I'm on kid duty. I'm daddy duty. Worry about my kids. I mean, my son's 5. He's a tough little bugger. You know, but still, we don't know what the extent of the damage this shit can do is. And my daughter, little Marcy butt, 8 months old, just little bundle of smiles and farts. That's all she is. Love that girl. Absolutely terrified this shit gets into my house. I got a friend, one of my wife's best friends, actually just tested positive. She's a cop. She has 2 young sons. One of them is even younger than Marcy. And it's like, she can't hold a kid, you know? She has to stay away from them. I mean, my best friend, his sister just tested positive. You know, it's hidden, man. It started off with like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. You know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, or you heard somebody, or maybe you don't know anybody who has it. And then, boom, that first person that you regularly come into contact with says that they tested positive. And what scares me about that isn't the fact that I'm worried about these people, because I am worried about these people, obviously. It's, you know, my best friend's sister, you know, my wife's other best friend. It's like, I'm worried about these people in general. But what terrifies me, what scares me more than anything else, is that they're the ones who got tested and came back positive. There is not a lot of testing being done in general. There's not a lot of test kits. You know, it's you can't just go to the fucking urgent care and just be like, hey, I got a pretty bad fever. Can you check me out here? You just can't do that. And the fact is, it's like a microcosm. These 2 people who got tested have it, and ain't a lot of testing going on. Who else has it? Who else has it? And just like, I'm not like a witch hunt here where we're trying to like isolate these people and unclean. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Donald Sutherland. But still, it's like, people got tested. They're the smart ones. I could have it. I could have it. You could have it. Not even know it. Asymptomatic. 3 weeks, maybe longer. They used to think it was 3 days. I'm trying not to go as far as to say things like the world's coming to an end. The truth is, the world will be fine. People are the ones that are at risk of coming to an end. I don't know, man. I keep saying I don't know, which is weird. Because I'm a know-it-all by nature. I like to be that guy who knows stuff, you know?